Hey, yo, how's it going, boys? What is up? So it's back once again for yet another kind of update what I'm doing kind of thing. My hair is kind of shit because I'm too lazy to do anything. Yes, I definitely have a new hairstyle. Yes, like anyone seems to think. You might probably already see the title of the video. So this is basically what I've been doing. I've been just farming sands because that's what we need these days instead of farming bars, right? So that's what we've been doing. So how exactly am I farming sands is basically I'm farming SUbaha all of the goddamn day. What am I aiming for? I'm aiming for those 8-turn rooms, which is all focused on relic buster shit, and we can kill it super fast. By super fast, I mean probably like, I don't know, 3 minutes, because we've been mashing a lot today. Like, I don't know, last 6 hours we've been mashing SUbaha with chat and stuff, so we carried chat a lot. I mean, we failed here and there sometimes, but as you can see, we did succeed a lot. Yeah, 3 minutes is pretty fast, right? So anyways, I have two setups. I'm using another setup now, and that's definitely a lot better in a way because it does more what's that? More honors. So the one that I'm using right now, it does like give or take close to 6 million. You can technically reach 6 million if you smack a little bit in cocoon phase or whatever. The other one is a bit lower because that one does like it does like between 4.4 to 4.8 to maybe sometimes 5 mil. So it's not really that good because I mean that setup is a little bit kind of old in a way because that was before the sandbox update stuff. So we do not have like the 13 slot or whatever. So I think first I'm just gonna show the weaker one because that's the one I started out with. Alright, so I want to point out that these are the setups that I kind of copied from the internet, obviously, because I'm too dumb to figure it out on my own. I just wanted to just share and just show you guys what the fuck I've been doing really on GBF lately. So I've been started to do this for like the last, I don't know, 3 days or so. I think around 4 days. I think I've been mashing SUbaha, and how many sands I've managed to get? I think it's like 6 sands already so far. Wait, no, I think it's around 7 sands already. I think it's close to 7 sands already. I think it's around there. Yeah, I don't really remember the exact amount, but like it's good amount. Then again, today was a really good amount. But yeah, so another thing is that I do not have Mugen. I do not have Halloween Mugen, so that's kind of like already gimped in a way of my whole setup. And I do not have Hellmail maxed out, and I don't really want to Sunstone that thing, so that sucks too. But it still works. Okay, anyway, so this is the older setup that I was following. The characters seems kind of... I feel like most of the characters that I've seen seems to be very, very like strict. You cannot really like change it in any way, shape or form kind of thing. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it is, okay? So I'll just share with you like this is the character setup that I'm using. Reinhardt is technically needed. It kind of lines up properly and shit, I guess. And then this is the EX skill that my MC is using, okay, for anyone's wondering. And then for my grid is something like this. It's pretty fucking scuffed. Also bear in mind that when I started using this, my star gun is not ULB yet. It was only full lumen break, but I highly suggest before you even try to attempt this, honestly, you obviously need Flugen or Florence or Mugen. I think wait, no, you definitely need Florence for it. I feel like you definitely need Florence instead of just Mugen. I think you can kind of do it without, but I feel like you definitely need Florence instead if you do not have like both of them together kind of thing. And also you definitely need, I feel like I've seen a lot of like setups, you definitely need Star Gun. Like full Mimbrick Star Gun is like the bare minimum shit. And obviously I think if you're using even Magna, you probably want 2 Harmonious at least. I don't really exactly remember like what is the optimal Magna setup because I didn't really look into it. So for Primal, I feel like a lot of the grids, including like the Luo gun setups, a lot of them tend to use 2 two ivory arcs, which is the Grand Nova's weapon, and then depending on how many Edens you have, how many Luo guns you have, and how many Chef Harps you have. I haven't really tested a ULB only Chef Harp because you want to use that with the if you have like Harmonia stuff, right? I haven't really tested that yet because I didn't really want to burn fodders for no reason. And the other thing is that I do not have like a really good Chef Harp with stamina or whatnot because apparently I do not have any. I just threw everything away, so I do not have that. And plus, you can only really get that very often if you're mashing in the first zone, which I never really do that, so that's probably why I do not have that. But yeah, so this is the first setup that I'm using. You can probably just make shift with like Chef Harps or Chef Swords or whatever in the same setup or whatever. But I don't really suggest you to copy this anyway because this is kind of outdated. Yeah, so this is the one, and then this is also the summons that I'm using. If you have Helmel, you definitely want to use Helmel instead of Belial from what I noticed. So there's that. I feel like Grand Order is a must because Grand Order straight up gives you another extra 5% of Amplify. So it applies to like a lot of like every other setups anyway. I do have there is like a combo list for each of these anyway, but I guess I can probably show it to you. So for this setup, I just realized I'm still in a fucking room. So I guess I can just go and do like I can do a trial just to show, I suppose. Time for trial. Time to make use of my fucking 4 trials, man. Poggers, dude. Alright. Okay, let's try the old setup first. So the old setup is it's quite simple. It's not, the setting up is, I wouldn't say the setting up is that slow. I feel like you could, if you want to use this setup, I feel like this setup is very safe for if you're doing like, you're joining like a normal room that you're trying to just do 10% or whatever. Yeah, this one is 100% like doable for sure, because this is technically you can do like, I don't know, 14-15% or something. Yeah. Okay. So first turn is that when you first start, you always want to summon Helmel if you have. If you do not have, you just ignore that. Yeah. If you have Helmel, you use Helmel. If not, you just ignore everything. Okay. So then, first turn for this one, you always have to remember Ogi. Turn on Ogi. Rain S3. MC Splitting Spirit. Uni S1, and then you attack. And then make sure you sticker or whatever to get a pot as well. I'm not entirely sure if you want to watch the whole thing though. I could actually refresh, but okay, I'll just let it rip. So, the reason why you want Reinhardt as well for this one is because he can sub for like 3 turns and then he immediately dies after. So anyway, for this turn, you can you have to Uni S1. Or basically, Uni S1 is like a mandatory thing all the way until turn 7. Turn 8 is the one where you actually want to do your combo, right? So, yeah. So, Uni S1, and then this one you want to get meter for MC. So, you S1, and then you do 3 times. And then you get guarantee 100% for this one, and then you attack. So, yeah. And then you attack, your MC will get your 100%. I can guarantee you that this setups that I'm showing you has not much variables. The only variable I can probably tell is that the 3% thing on MC's dodge. Sometimes your MC can magically dodge on that particular turn, and then he won't get an extra stack. But I'll show you later, don't worry. Okay, so then for turn 3, Uni S1, attack. Yeah, Uni S1 attack, everyone Ogi. Okay, so another thing I probably want to point this out is that for basically every setup, how this thing actually works, this combo, is that you want to do your big shit at turn 8. And what usually happens in turn 8 is that you want to have your Florence S1 or MC, so you get like full turn Assassin. You want her to also have 5 stacks of the Crest. You also want Uni's special thing, this Crest thingy, to at least have 7 stacks as well. And then you usually want to like pile up together with on turn 8 you want to have like your Tor, you want to have your Starbs, and you also want a Babu as well for the most part. That's usually kind of like how it tends to be. A lot of cases, you definitely do not want Artemis. You do not want Metatron, especially if you just want to randomly throw that in a raid as well. It's kind of bad because you're fucking up other players as well. Because a lot of times, where if you say, for example, if you throw a Metatron, right, you can kind of screw up other players in a way where their characters do not die because they get extra like the boss gets an extra debuff, which you take much lesser damage as well, plus you get extra buff that makes you tougher as well, and then suddenly their Mugen just doesn't die or something, or some other character just doesn't die, so it can be really really bad for other people. So I suggest, if you're trying to do it, please do not use any of those Sid summons that I just mentioned, or like Kaguya. Yeah, nothing beats that Kaguya thing, man. Holy shit. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Turn 4, very very simple again. Press Uni S1, guard, and then attack. So this is the turns where you're just consistently trying to like move forward very very quickly. Usually it's like the first 2 to 3 turns you do your shit, and then you just attack guard and stuff. So for turn 5, once again, you you press S1, guard, attack. Same thing. So you just go do that. Okay, and then for turn number 6, this is where you start to... Turn 6 usually where you start to do you start to ramp up your shit already, okay? So for this one in particular, I need to emphasize this very very heavily because I experienced it in the past, where it's very very important for you to pot in this turn. Because I've experienced in some cases where Florence or any other characters, even at like 50 or 60,000 HP, they can die. So I really highly suggest to at least heal them. So because for this particular setup, I think a lot of times my Florence will be variance. The variance is usually between 40 to 50,000 HP, and there's a time that she just dies without me healing. So it's very important to... Oops, why the fuck I pressed the back button? But it's very important to heal. You always want to heal in turn 6. You always want a blue point in turn 6. And then, once again, you need S1. And then you want to guard Rosetta because she's off element. You don't want her to die yet. And then you cast Star. And then you press this. Because the limit burst, in a way, for this particular turn is that there are times where MC does not have full meter. So you want that to have... You want your team to have full meter. So the limit burst helps it with that. And it also kind of helps your Florence to also kind of have, in a way, meter, I think, because you definitely need to Ogi with MC and need to Ogi with her as well, because you need to get, remember, you need this to have 5, right? So yeah, so you press that, so you get extra meter. That's very nice. And then you attack, and then you should be very very close. The next turn, in turn 7, your Uni and Florence should have full meter, I think. Yeah, most of the time I tend to see that happen. So yeah, so a lot of times in that turn, like this, because this is just trial, right? So maybe you have a little bit of debuffs. I don't think there's going to be a lot of debuffs anyway, so it shouldn't vary that much. So that's why you see this turn 6 also, another thing you want to remember is that it's very important that your MC takes a big hit. Okay, so probably a big note that if you're using like Luo gun setup and stuff, you want to remove a lot of your like your HP EMP, your defenses on MC or whatever, because this is very important. You want to always try to get MC to have, because if you didn't know, Relic Buster has that passive where if he takes a bit hit, you'll automatically trigger S1, right? So you want your MC to always get a big enough hit for MC to automatically trigger this said thing, which is the S1, right? So it allows you to get another cycle. So if not, you won't get the stacks and you will not be able to get the cycle done. So it's pretty bad. So for the most part, for this particular turn, what you can do is that moving forward is that you're gonna guard with MC, and then you're gonna Uni S1 again. Technically you don't have to Uni S1 anymore because you already have 7 stacks, but I usually just press it just in case anyway, in case you get like the debuffs or whatever. So that's probably the one thing that is kind of bad for like the setups that I have, is that I do not have clear. I do not have my own clear. Usually just ask a clear and most of the time it tends to work because a lot of other setups, they always bring their own clear, so it's not really that bad. So after Uni S1, you use these 3 buttons, and Rosetta has like the full all ally sub or whatever, so she's always gonna sub everything anyway. And yeah, so you just Thor, and then you attack. Yeah, right? Yeah. So Rosetta is gonna be dead 100% here. So yeah, be good. So Uni Ogis, you can technically don't really have to Ogi Uni as well, but it's fine. The most important is to Ogi with Florence in that turn, because Florence needs that crest. So now that Florence Ogi, she has a crest already. And now, goodbye Rosetta, it was nice knowing you. Yep. Okay. So now we have a thing. So probably another thing I might want to point out is that in that previous turn, if you're too low, I suggest you just potting already. Just because that there are times where you can get a debuff and you get burned, and a burn can really kill you as well. So just another note if you want to, you know, that you just to, you know, pay attention to. Yes. Okay. So, and then this is where the big shit happens, right? So this is where the big shit happens. So first thing you want to do, obviously, is to disable your Ogi, because you know you don't want the Ogi in this turn, and then you just pot, because you need to have enough HP for MC. So you just press all these stupid buttons, and then you Babu, and then you do this to MC, and then you heal MC. The most important is that you always will want your MC to be full HP. No matter how little it is, right? You always want your MC to be full HP, because especially for some of your setups, I'm sure there's some stamina mods in there, right? I'm pretty sure even Magna probably may use it. I'm not entirely certain, but yeah. So for the most part, just as long as your MC is full HP, you should be good. So now that we are done, this is where the fun starts. So if you have 5 stacks already, so now it starts. You press 1, 2, 3. Press S1. 1, 2, 3. And then you press Uni S2 to reset MC, then you can do double times. Remember, you have to do double times, okay? We have been into a scenario where you actually missed 1 cycle because you forgot to press it again, because MC can do that. So, do that. So press once, 1, 2, 3. Press again. Remember, you can press again. There's a lot of times that we just missed the second time because we totally forget about it. Remember, you have to press 3 times. And then the last one is you use Florence S3 into MC to reset again, because you know if she has 5 crests, you can reset again. So you do that again and reset again and do 3 times. And then you press your attack, and then that's it. That's your setup. Yeah, so that's like what, 15%, 15-16%, yeah. Yeah, so that's like around 15-16%. So it's like, yeah, see, close to like 5 mil. It's okay, but it can be better. I mean, I kind of managed to do this with the whole 8-turn things before, so it's not so bad already. So yeah, that's kind of like one of it. So okay, so this is the first, my weaker setup that I originally had. So I guess I should show the other one, which is definitely a lot better. Which is a little bit special too in a way. The tech is because that I do not have Mugen, right? So I need like ways to actually like negate that shit. Okay. The second setup, obviously we're using Vera, and the special thing about this setup is that in order for us to make do without Mugen, we are using the Valentine Naru slash yeah, she's the SR version of Naru. The reason why we are using this is because she's kind of like she's playing like the low spec version of Mugen, basically. So what Naru actually provides is that she has Echo. Yeah, this Naru has Echo that can provide to MC, and also it can also provide what's that, substitute as well. So for this particular setup, my MC is using basically the same EX skill, But instead of the limit burst, we are using substitute instead. Okay, the rest, the other two EX skills are exactly the same. Okay, everything else the same. The grid is slightly different though. However, yes. So this one I'm not entirely certain you really need this at ULB, but highly suggested to actually do it at ULB anyway. And then if you have like the like I said, the same thing as I said from the beginning on the previous loadout. If you have like chef herbs with stamina and stuff, probably would be better because with the help of this, yeah. And then you have 2 harmonias, it does makes it a lot better, yes. And then for the oh yeah, I probably forgot to mention this. This is also very important. Is that for your opus, you probably want to have progression key in it. I totally forgot to mention that on the first one. I am so sorry. But yeah, you definitely want progression in that one. Because on Ogi, you can actually get extra echo as well. So that helps to get, a bit more damage. The other one, you could probably also change that if you already have Ultima, right? You can actually, instead of use, because this is useless, because it's not like you're really on element really, so you could actually change this to the damage cap one. It doesn't really add too much, but better than nothing, right? I suppose. I don't know. And then like, yeah, this one doesn't really matter too much, honestly. The only important one is just the auto cap. You just want to put auto cap in there, and yeah. And then the rest is like, yeah, you can just put stamina in here. Because end of the day, whether you use sword or gun, it doesn't matter. Because the most important thing is to just get your Ultima to fit for MC. Because end of the day, your MC is the only one that is really doing damage. No one else is really doing damage. I guess in a way, you're still double striking with your Uni and your Florence a little bit. But they don't really matter as much. Because your main damage all comes from MC anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So having either Ultima, sword or gun doesn't really matter because MC have both sword and gun. So yeah, you can just put whatever, just use either one of them, and it should work anyway. I think a lot of people prefer gun because he has higher stats. I don't know, but I don't have a gun, so I'm just using a sword. Fuck it. But yeah, so this is the grid setup, and for summons is more or less identical, but yeah, once again, I just swapped Belial with Luo. So if you have Helmel, it's highly suggested you use Helmel for this one. Again, it's the same thing. Yeah. You would not, if you're using the same setup as I am, you will not have 100% crit. Because if you remove Luo, like, let me just show, I guess. If you remove Luo, you will not have 100% crit. You have like 96 point something. But I don't think it really matters too much. Like, there are times maybe you miss a little bit. You have like, instead of like 3 million plus or something damage, you hit like, I don't know, 1.5 mil. It kind of sucks, but it doesn't really happen all the time. So it's not really the end of the world. But yeah, since I do not have a Helmel, I make do with crossing with Helmel, hopefully, because everyone is always trying to cast Helmel in the turn 1, so I'm always casting Zeus and hopefully I cross it. For the most part, it seems to work, so I suggest you do not follow the same, because sometimes the Zeus can kind of fuck people up as well, so don't do that. So yeah, so this is the setup that I'm currently using and is a lot better now. But without further ado, I think I should just show you how it works, okay? Trial again. Don't post the crew chat because nobody cares. Okay. Alright. Go double Zeus again and then pick the right team. Okay. Okay. So let's go. So same thing again for this one. Make sure you turn on Ogi. And then if you have Helmel, cast Helmel. If not, fuck it, right? And then just go with 1, 2, yeah, S1, S2, S3, and S4. Then you press this once. You press this again. Remember to always press that. And this is actually very important. So from what I've experienced as well, especially if you already like level your Vera or whatever, it's very, very important to cast S1 on Vera. Florence S1 on Vera. So this way is that you're deleting 40% of her HP. So at least she will more likely to die. But from what I've seen, she seems to be guaranteed to die. You know? So you want to do that. Yeah, so after this, you want to, don't press 3. Because you want at least 1 stack on MC to do some stuff later on. So yeah, just leave 1 stack. And also, not to mention, you don't really want to be in too much of a lockout as well. So that's why you only press like twice. So, okay, then you attack. So another thing I probably should point out is that you can also get a little bit extra damage for this one, because it's very likely for you to get Fatal Chain as well by the beginning of the combo, which is turn 8, right? You can actually do that because with the help of Vera to do the CA reactivation thingy. Yep, very, very helpful. So another reason why I think this setup is also very nice is because there's very, very minimal lockout as other than turn 1 and maybe turn 7. Yeah, other than turn 1 and turn 7, they doesn't really have much lockout. So as you can see from the first turn, because it has 3 Ogis, so you can have a little bit of a lockout. So for turn 2, it's very, very simple. You don't really want to have chain, so you don't really have that much lockout. So that's why a lot of times you just guard with Uni. It's more important to, remember, yeah, it's more important to Ogi with Florence. Florence Ogi is super important. Uni is not so much, because you're guaranteed to have enough stacks by the end of it as long as you keep pressing her S1 every turn. So yeah, press S1 every single turn. Make sure you go press your pot thingy. So attack. And then the next few turns is very, very simple. Like really, really simple. And you can bypass it super, super quick as well. So for turn 3, once again, press S1. And then because she, if you guys didn't know, Vera can actually sub for 3 turns. So this is the turn where it's full diamond. So this is the part where she dies. So you just press S1 and then you attack. You don't have to guard anything. Because you're only going to Ogi once with Uni. So it's not really a bad thing. Goodbye. Goodbye, Vera. It's nice knowing you. And then for this turn onwards is the one where you can actually zoom if you have like good ping. So this 2 turns for turn 4 and turn 5 is exactly the same. Uni S1, guard all, attack. Very, very simple. The next turn is exactly the same. Uni S1, guard all, attack. Yeah. So it's very, very simple. These 2 turns is the ones where you can actually zoom very, very quickly. And then once again, this is turn 6. So what you usually want to do, you always want to pot in this turn. 100% you want to pot, because you have to remember she's an SR character and you do not want her to die yet. You want her to die the next turn. So, okay, pot. Then you go Uni S1 again. And then you want to guard. You want to guard with her because this is remember, this is a trigger, right? Turn 6, trigger. You want to guard with her. Hopefully she doesn't die. So another way is that, other thing is that I did is that I give her a lot of defense nodes, HP nodes. I give her defense awakening. I gave her like a ring, whatever, that adds more HP. So she doesn't have like too little of a HP where she doesn't last at all kind of thing. So yeah. So this is turn 6. Once again, you press star. This is where you start your ramping. You're ramping, right? You're ramping for your turn 8. So you guard, remember? Guard, pot, star, S1, and then attack. And then this is also the next turn is the one where you want to I'm not okay, so this is the one I'm not entirely certain, but I got a feeling is not entirely how do I say, like the priority of which buttons you need to press first doesn't really matter too much. But yeah. So once again, as I mentioned in the previous test on the other setup, is that for this particular turn, there is a chance, 3% chance in fact, I don't really remember which class was it, maybe Dancer or something, where if you master it, you get a 3% chance to dodge every single attack. So in other words, on turn 6, there's a chance for you to just dodge that trigger. So in other words, your MC will not cast the thing. If not, it seems to be guaranteed. After I've been trying this for like, I don't know how many hours now, it seems to be very consistent. The thing that really changes is that stupid 3% dodge on MC. That's pretty much about it. If not, if you miss that, you just minus 1 mil honors. Unfortunate, but that's how it is. But yeah. So anyways, turn 7, very important. Usually what I do is that S3, S1 doesn't matter. S3, S1. And then MC will need to sub and then splitting spirit. And then you cast your Thor. Make sure your Thor is maxed out, obviously. And then you guard with... you can actually guard with Uni to lessen the lockout. But I don't want to do that because I can Fatal Chain. So this is the other thing that I mentioned, that you can be in a much longer lockout, which is honestly is not really a big deal. So yeah, just attack. So this is the long lockout because you have 3 Ogis. Very slow. Don't really have to worry about healing in this turn because all the hits is going to go to Naru. Naru is just going to die, so it's fine. Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. Chat, Cal already mentioned. So, Naru dies, and then you are ready. This is the thing. Same. Actually, this the combo is literally the same, really, as the one before. So, you disable this. See that you have Fatal Chain. You can Fatal Chain. You Babu. Technically, you only need to press this too. You don't really need this because it's not really that important, but you can just press it if you want, because a lot of times, even though I'm in like somewhat fast runs, it does allow me to press it anyway. And a lot of times people tend to wait for you for the most part. Like, there are some rooms where they don't give a shit, but majority of the pubs room, co-op rooms that I joined that has the 8 turn stuff, they tend to wait, so it's not really that bad. All you need to do is, like, usually before you reach turn 8, you just press your okay, you know? Just go your high or whatever, right? Okay. So once again, once you press all the buttons, and then you go this on MC, and then you heal. Make sure your MC has full HP. So my MC has a little bit more. Okay, so I just heal the full. A lot of times, I just want to point this out. A lot of times, I do press Florence S2 in case I need to, like, you know, in case like some other people kind of fuck up or whatever, and then you want to do a little bit more, because after this usually you're going to go into the cocoon trigger. So before that you have to survive autos first, right? So yeah, that's why a lot of times I just press this in case you can, you know, dodge the autos or whatever. So for the most part, you just start your combos, right? Just do this 3 times, then you press again, reset 3 times. And then same thing, go with Uni, reset MC. And then after you do that, doing twice, and then you go with Florence again. That's kind of how it is. Yeah, then you do it again, and then again. Remember, your blitz thing needs to be 3 times. And then you go again. So as you can see already that this is already doing a whole lot more damage compared to before, because you have extra echo and a little bit more damage too, in a way, of the overcap. So see, I haven't really taken the turn yet, so I see it's close to 6 mil, right? So if you have like helmet and stuff, you can actually hit 6 mil, to be honest. So you see, this is the reason why I said there's a chance for you to survive if you actually press a S2. So if you want to like do a little bit more, like now, you can actually, you know, because this will be technically, if you're in an actual 8-turn run, 8-turn room, this will be in Cocoon, and Cocoon doesn't really attack you or anything. So you basically have free 50 million worth of damage to dish out before you're basically stuck. Yeah. So it's pretty good, right? So technically, other than that, yeah, you're pretty much done already. So this is how it is. So this is setup that I use for like because there are some people where they ask for rooms that they want people to do at least like 5 to 6 million ish. Yeah, that is because that the host is going to AFK and leech. Yeah, and basically that's what we've been doing. We've been doing like five of us, my crewmates, 5 of us, and random chat guy gets to be carried, so that's what we've been doing. So yeah, it works, right? And so far it's been, I mean, today was pretty good, right, chat? Copium? I mean, I would like to think that it went really well today. Right? Okay, I mean, we just ignore this part because this is the reset that we did. I mean, as you see, there's a lot of clears, right? We did really well today, my crew. We did carry quite a bit from chat. Some here and there, sometimes we do kind of fuck up here and there because, you know, I get 3%ed. Some of my other crewmates, teammates kind of fuck up as well because they forgot to press the button or some shit. But yeah, for the most part, I think we have, I would probably say our win rate is like maybe 95% or something today. So that's pretty good. Compared to yesterday, because yesterday we did a lot like testing here and there. So it was a little bit iffy yesterday. But yeah, it was not too bad. We did quite a bit of runs today because like we did like what, 6 hours or some shit worth of runs non-stop with chat or whatever, so that's pretty cool. And I'm probably gonna be doing this for like, I don't know, the next few days or so. Just because of sands. We need sands. As for what I'm going to do with them, I have no idea. I have no idea. But if you wanted to, because okay, another thing is that if you want to like have like a, you know, a sticky note or whatever to what buttons I need, you want to know what to press or whatever, I do have like both of my setups written in Notepad, so I probably put it on the paste bin or whatever, so you guys can refer to or whatever. Wrong button. So yeah, I have like this is my the setup that I'm using. This is my old one. So as you can see, I wrote everything down here. I did kind of mention it like MCS3, but then I lined it up because the way I lined up my skills, as you can see. So I put it like this for a reason. So I don't have to write the entire name, but yeah, I'll probably write the name properly if you guys want to see, I suppose. But yeah, so you get to see everything, blah, 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 blah. So it's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, pretty straightforward. Yeah, then all this blah blah blah. Yeah, I even put like some extra minor notes here. Yeah, I put there as well. Yeah, so see, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Same goes for this helmet call blah blah blah. I already mentioned everything, so you can just refer to this if you need to know what buttons to fucking press. Yeah, so this is like the combo video initiator. But yeah, last but not least, there is, yeah, I know there is a lot of people that I've encountered in pubs as well. Probably do as well as I did, or if not much better, to be honest. And there are, what's that, Magna as well. There are Magna grids out there. I do not entirely know which one is it, but there are Magna grids out there that allows you to basically do 6 million or more anyway, if you have like Mugen and shit. Because I think this is like the second night where we had one random person that we picked out from pub, and that dude literally stayed on for like the entire time because he probably wants to farm sands too. Just like today, we had like one random JP guy, like literally stayed with us for like, I think at least 2 to 3 hours or something. It was really funny too because there was one time we just like, okay, I thought we ran out of hosts or whatever, so we just said like Oscari-sama. He was like, okay, cool, thanks. And then all of a sudden, random chat came in again. Or then we continued for a few more times until reset. And then we only say Oscari-sama because, you know, at that time we were doing crew runs already. But yeah, that's the stuff that I wanted to share. I feel like I'm not sure how long is this video gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be pretty long, honestly. But yeah, SUbaha farms is very, very simple because of this. Yeah, just do 8 turn runs, man. Just you can just probably find like SUbaha rooms that just straight up say 8 turns or some shit. Obviously at this hour is like, I don't know, it's like 7 AM in Japan, so probably you're not gonna see it. So for the most part, if you want to see more, you probably want to do it during like, I don't know, 7 p.m. Japan time onwards until like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Japan time at most. Because after that it goes like a little bit, the activity tends to like dissipate very, very fast. Like you don't really see much stuff happening after that. But yeah. So yeah, this is yeah, exactly. This is like one of the main reasons why I'm doing this, because it allows you have to remember I'm not entirely 100%, but I feel, and for what we have seen so far, the Sans has the highest drop rate in SUbaha. Like the second highest is most likely Revans, which is like Siete, Diaspora, Mugen, those few ones. So I feel like SUbaha is probably the best one, just because that it doesn't really take that long to kill it anyway. Because give or take 3 to 5 minutes. It's not really that bad, right? Around 3 to 5 minutes to kill it, and then it's like what, 1% chance or something. So it's like much better anyway. The reason that being is because everyone has an equal chance. That's the reason why I prefer SUbaha compared to Revans, because for Revans you need at least 4 point something million honors for you to guarantee the blue chest. The reason why I do this is because there are some people that posted their honors at 4 million. For some reason they did not get a blue. But for the most part, you're always gonna get blue for the most part. So yeah, you need 4 million, and from what I've seen so far, in order for people to do Revans, right, you can only get like, if you have the host leeching, you can have up to 5 people to do 4 million. You can never get 6 people to do that guaranteed Sans thing. And Sans only drop in blue chests and Revans. That's the other main, like I said, the other reason why I really prefer SUbaha, because SUbaha has like the chest. To get a chest is 100% chance to get the chest. Only to get the sand is a whole different story. Everyone has that. Even though you're leeching, you can get that too. I think someone in chat earlier today also got a sand by leeching anyway, so there you go. So that's why I feel like SUbaha is definitely the way to go. At least everyone has like an equal chance to get one. So it's fair for everyone compared to like the stupid Revans stuff, which is quite, I don't know, I fucking hate it. The other thing I didn't really do it is just because that I don't really have a proper setup to do Revans, you know, like the zoom to reach the 4 million super fast kind of thing, unfortunately. So thankfully I can do SUbaha, yeah. So then, yeah, we're just gonna stick with SUbaha for now. So anyways, I think that's pretty much all I can say. If you're free, if you want me to my crew to carry you on stream or whatever, just hop on the stream. You see me doing it, then just join in. Yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of people want their free Ultima, right? I think the only requirement for you to be is you need to be ranked 200 or something to unlock SUbaha. So yeah, you can do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure chat can attest to that. We already carried relatively well today. So yeah, I think I think we helped a lot of people today get their very first Ultima thanks to all the carries. So yeah, more of that. I'm not sure how long am I doing this. I'm just gonna keep doing it just for Sans, because we need a fuck ton of Sans, man. We need so much Sans. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get 15 Sans for Lucifer or not, but yeah, we need a lot of Sans because you have Evoker, you have Baha, you have Lucifer, all that shit. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, hopefully I'm not sure if this is good or anything, this video, but yeah, sub if you like. Thanks for watching all the good stuff. Appreciate it. Till then, I'll see you guys next time.